I found one of the biggest tarot readers on TikTok, and I bought an expensive tarot reading so you didn't have to. Ended up being scammed. Let's talk about it. I will not be using any names in this video, but if you would like the name, I will give it to you. I just don't want any trouble, I don't want any drama, and I don't want their fans coming after me. But this has to get out. So, back in October, I bought a 6-month tarot reading. It was €50, which is $85.46 in Canadian dollars. So for me, that was a bit expensive, but I heard great things about this reader and I wanted to try her out. So I got the reading back in October 2025. I think it was around October 6th to October 23rd. I can look back in my emails for the exact date, but at this moment I do not want to. So I bought a 6-month tarot reading, which basically predicts the next 6 months for you. And not a thing she said came true, not even a little bit of it. This has definitely changed my mind about some things about tarot. I still believe that it can predict the future, but do I believe other people can predict the future for you? I'm not too sure about that. That's exactly why I don't read the future for other people, and I use tarot more as a therapeutic tool than as a prediction tool. But anyway, let's get into the reading that she has done for me. So she said that I will be rewarded with some opportunity out of the blue near the end of November or on the 7th, likely from an old friend. That did not happen. In December, it looks like you've been receiving a bit of money. Did not happen. In January, a sudden new beginning, new love or soulmate. Did not happen. I'm also in a relationship, so that didn't really make sense. But anyway, February, packing up to move, obviously did not happen. And there's still March, but in April, but I really don't think that this shit is gonna come true. She also said that I was going to get financial aid for my college and that things will work out with that. My loan actually ended up being deducted and I ended up not being able to go to college. So, what does this tell me exactly? Maybe other people can't read your future after all. Now, I am not just talking about this reader. There is multiple readers, big ones, on Instagram, TikTok, etc., that I have personally gotten readings from. And every single time they predict something for me, it never came true. So, for the benefit of their doubt, things can change and things whatever, blah 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 blah. But to have so many tarot readers be wrong about my future, I genuinely don't think that tarot can read the future for other people. I think that you can read the future for yourself, and I think that, this is so hard to explain because, I genuinely do believe in tarot, but I don't think that it can predict the future like everyone says. This is exactly why with my clients I take a more therapeutic approach than a predictive approach. Not that I think that tarot was wrong, but I do not think that we could predict the future for other people. At all. At all. Especially after everything that I have witnessed. Everything that I wasted. All the time that I wasted. The money that I wasted on these readings. I regret it. So I'm not exactly telling people not to get readings from other people because I genuinely do believe that there is genuine tarot readers out there who just want to help people. But do I think tarot works in the way we really think? I really don't think so. Let's talk about why predictions seem to come true. It is not because the card caused the events. It is because it changes perception, and perception changes behavior. Let's look at an example. If you pull the Hangman, that is telling you to be more patient, change your perspective, etc. Everyone knows that card anyway. So you become more patient. And then you notice opportunities you normally rush past come to you. And then the outcome shifts. So because you took that advice, that is why it seemed to come true. So the cards are basically, they aren't telling you the future. It alters how you interact with the future. It gives you advice on how to change the future. It does not predict the future, if that makes sense. So if you don't follow the advice that the cards give you, things will change and things will obviously not line up with the reading that you just had. So ultimately, it depends on your own actions. So predictions influence decisions. If tarot says be cautious, you acted differently, so the outcome changes and it seems more predicted. Overall, the reading didn't foresee the future, it altered the behavior that created the future. So in that way, you could technically say, hey, it did say the future. But if you don't take the advice, and if the reader doesn't give you advice, they just predict the future, how are you supposed to make that happen? So let's talk about base rate probability. Many tarot predictions rely on common life events like conflict, opportunity, delay, communication, emotional change. These happen constantly anyway, so correct guesses often match what was likely to occur regardless. Now, I am not saying that the tarot reading that predicted your future is wrong, because if it did, then I can't say anything. But am I telling you to be careful of who you choose? Yes, I am. If the reader doesn't give you advice, and they just predict the future for you, how are you supposed to get to that point? Doesn't really make too much sense, does it? For example, if it were predictive, then the two readers with the same spread would have got the same future event. But in reality, they produce different interpretations because the meanings come from the reader's cognition, not external information about the future. This is exactly why I think tarot works best as a reflection, emotional processing, or perspective shifting, but it is weak as timeline prediction, specific events, and objective forecasting. So me saying all this, am I debunking tarot? No. It's actually describing the mechanism, and the more that we know how tarot works, the more that we can work with it. So what truly works well when you're reading for other people? Alternative perspective, naming dynamics you normalized, relationship patterns, or blind spots that the client does not see. Sometimes they'll say something so obvious you can see it because you're inside the situation. But what doesn't work well? It is not reliable for concrete predictions, timelines, and certainties about other people's intentions. This is because they're building a narrative without the full data. When you do tarot for yourself, you already have the context. You already know what is going on, so you can take that advice. You don't need somebody telling you what to do. Overall, you need to figure it out for yourself. So what does this mean for me? My reading style has definitely changed. My opinions on tarot has definitely changed. Will I stop doing readings? No. Will I do them in a different way now? Yes. Because I truly do not think that me or anyone else except for yourself can predict your future. Even then, it's difficult to predict for yourself because things change so constantly. Like, for example, I did a tarot reading last week for myself and I took that advice and then everything changed and then things shifted and it showed in the next reading I did the next week. And it was basically not telling me the opposite, but things changed so much that I had to change what I was doing. So it just doesn't make sense to me when these readers come on and say that they could read your future or give you timelines and all this stuff. Like, I truly don't believe that at all. And that goes for myself too. Like, I don't think that I can predict somebody's future. I don't know when you're gonna get married. I don't know when this is gonna happen for you. Like, I don't know. That's why I've never, ever felt comfortable doing those types of readings, ever. I like to use it more as a therapeutic tool. I like to use it for emotional processes. I like to use it for mental health. I like to use it for things like that. This has definitely changed my mind on some things. I will never, ever, ever, ever get a reading from somebody else again. And this is honestly really encouraging me to teach people how to use tarot in the right way. So I will be starting either a series or I will have a long video explaining how to use tarot, how to interpret the cards, etc. So no, don't buy that expensive reading. Nope. Instead, buy your own deck of cards and interpret it yourself. Take the advice yourself. Just honestly, like seriously, don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. There even is this one tarot reader that I used to go to, and she changed her beliefs, which good for her. Like, I'm not coming after her for that, but she ended up coming out to say that all her readings were fake. Did she give money back to anybody? No. Did she leave a bunch of people's hopes up and leave people disappointed and maybe even depressed? Yes. This is why it is problematic. It angers me so much as somebody who is genuinely trying to help people, and then there's people out here who are like, they're fronting, like seriously, like this is just crazy, and people go along with it, and people never call them out, and all this other things. Like, it's just crazy to me how these people still have platforms, they're still getting money from innocent people. Like, these people just want help, they just want advice, they just want clarity, but yet you're here scamming them. I hope that they feel guilty at night. I honestly do. Like, obviously there's a lot worse that people can do and blah 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 blah, but scamming people is a big no-no. Like, I would feel so guilty about myself for scamming people. Like, I don't understand how people can just do that. Like, people have no empathy, people have no heart anymore. People put on this spiritual front. Like, the one reader I went to, I genuinely do believe she's spiritual and she has a lot of information and she's smart. That's how she gets away with this. So, do I think they don't know jack shit? Obviously they do know shit, because they keep getting away with it. Do they know your next lover? No. Do they know when it's gonna happen? No. Do they know if it's gonna work out? No. All tarot readers can give you is the advice and see if you follow it. Because either following the advice or not following the advice is going to change the future somehow. So maybe you're wondering, Two Crows, are you still gonna do readings? Yes. Has my reading style changed? Hell yeah. And that is from wisdom and personal experience, because the things that I have learned over the years and the things that I have seen over the years, this just confirms it all. I really, 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 really wanted to give these readers the benefit of the doubt though. Like, I genuinely believed them, and I genuinely thought that these things were gonna happen. Like, I didn't go into it with the mindset like, oh, like, I'm just gonna see and then it's all bullshit. No, like, I actually thought that what they said were gonna come true, and I ended up getting so depressed because I was like, why is everything coming true for everyone else but not me? And then I realized it's not me, it's them. They're scamming people out of money. Like, these innocent people that just want help, they just want clarity. Like, I know I said that already, but it seriously breaks my heart, because these are genuine people going to these readers for help, and they're just giving you bullshit. Am I sorry for swearing? Yes. Am I sorry for making this video? No. You seriously need to be careful of who reads for you. Another problem starts when tarot becomes decision outsourcing. So if you catch yourself asking repeatedly, should I text them? Do they like me? Will this work out? Will this happen? Blah, 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 blah. For every single thing, you're trying to regulate anxiety. You're not trying to gain insight, and tarot will amplify the loop. It seriously will. So if you find yourself in that pattern, I'm not telling you not to get a reading, but I'm telling you to avoid the trap. So when you start using it for advice and for your mental health, instead of trying to predict the future, that's when it stays psychologically helpful instead of emotionally addictive. That's also why these readers get so much money, because people literally become addicted and obsessive. And is it the person's fault necessarily? No. Is it the reader's fault also? Kinda. At the end of the day, you have to be careful and do not fall for their traps. I don't care if I sound angry. Seriously. If you genuinely need help, please be careful of who you go to.